Okay, so you're familiar with the format by now. Let's start with the L, which in this case is Big Red. Now, she started out as a spare parts build just from stuff in my spares bag, and a few Brooklyn corders later and a few expansions later, here she is. I'll dig through my phone and put the earlier versions of her on screen now. Yeah, I just wanted to build something decently articulated, I guess. So, she has a neck swivel. I guess its antenna can move, but there's no real reason for it to. Pretty full range at the arms. I always forget how that part connects. You need to wiggle it a little to get the full outward motion, but it's there. You got the full swivel here, and also the wrist. Oh, I should save on the other arm. The waist can rotate. Oop. Hips can come out pretty far. Forward about there, back, about the same. Thigh swivel. Hinge at the knee can do just over 90. Then the ankle tilt back and forth, and foot swivel. In theory, there's space for a toe joint, but that felt like cramming in too much, you know? And, yeah, the weapon attaches to a back. Oop. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Downside of having big hands. Just fold that over along the back. Plug it into a hand. And yeah, that is about all there is to say about Big Red. I just realised I had the parts to build something and decided that to just bring her into existence. So, that's the L, now for the G. This is a standard Faden. This was released as a skeleton, originally with various upgrade bits to make him a spooky, scary skeleton man. We'll get to those in a moment. Oh boy, will we get to those in a moment. Anyway. Yeah, this is kind of the basic figure for the main Ernel Glios line. There's a few different heads available. This is just a standard Faden head. You know, the hips can be swapped around rather than going the full route. I'm just going to go ahead and do that to show you that, yeah, you can do that. Results in a slightly different posture. This little stand. And the hips tend to look better this way around with the belt detail showing, but it's for the sake of expedience. The arms then, for good measure, is to fully show off what this guy can do. It can also be reversed for a little more personality. Same goes for the other arm. Let's just quickly do that. It works for some poses, not others. These to make it look awkward with the arms and sort of the other configuration. hello. Anyway, this is only half of the G for this video, as I have an upgraded version of the same guy. So, this uses some of the spooky scary skeleton parts I just mentioned. There's the alternate skeleton head here, there's the chest armour, various other armour pieces, there's one of the alternate arms even in use on here is a finger. So, articulation for this guy, very different when you don't pop things off. These two basically allow, the elbow joint is, the elbow hinge is pretty much permanent, but the rest of the arm is more or less totally free. You can get some good angles out of this. Other arm, same above the wrist. And then there's this giant meat hand. So fingers have in and out, and forward and back. The thumb is kind of attached. This is the end result of using parts from the 3-axis joint sets that went into this guy. Along with, I think, 2 Gohan blast. Yeah, because you can see down here at the legs, there's parts of one of the blaster sets, and another one here, giving a nice spine-like torso extension. So the legs, fully articulated, full range. And come on, forward knee bend as you expect it to. And so it can be kind of like, and so the B is Platinum Chaos Colossus here. Let's quickly bust this open. And there we go. So, cards and calls first. Actual card for the boy. Shield, Green Fist. Plus 300B on a Green Fist. Add a core on a shield. Pretty good, which means you can combo them. Land on a shield and then from there get the Green Fist bonus, I think. So, shield, 300B. Green Fist, 150 plus 1. Not bad. Gate card is, I believe this is Talon and Nilius. And yeah, Gate 29, Year 4, I don't think I have this one yet. Nice. As for Colossus itself, let's just quickly... Yo-ho, roll the boy up. And for the sake of its speeding, I'm not going to switch to Baku Cam, I'm just going to do the old drop and pop. Focus, sir. Actually, let's take a moment all to appreciate the deco. Like, I know there's mixed opinions on new colour schemes. I really like New Chaos. And also minty accents really do complement things well. The silver looks so good. And I appreciate that everything has, like, some unique deco now. So, Colossus. And the clothes, just back and back legs, front legs, horns, head. One more face in the camera. Bam. Yeah, I dig this guy. There's a lot of light going on here. And let's put him over here. Actually, let's Move you 3 across to make room for Cybertron Scattershot. Now, for the record, I actually do have the smaller gun that pegs in here. I just prefer how it looks without it, as it tends to get in the way of the big boy. So, planet key. Scrub on the missiles to activate it. As well as the 2 big missiles, he now has, what, another 9 regular ones and 10 that appear to be surface to air. Cool beans. Key activation again, up close this time, is Ka-chow. So, I'll also point out, Autobot logo up front, repro label. So, transformation then. Come to the back and lift this slightly, which frees up these side panels that swing out and down to form the legs. Fold the foot down, fold this out, and the other side. Swing everything out, that down. Treads fold forward, and he has legs, and he knows how to use them. So, the front end, side panels come out, wheels turn sideways and kind of naturally want to fall to position they need to be in anyway, which is kind of handy. And I like to just do this, and this drops down, clips into place, and Scattershot. Yeah. He's not perfect, but he's fine. Yeah, I mean, there's some sacrifices made that may not have been 100% necessary. Like, for example, his knees only work sideways. So you're not going to get much in the way of meaningful articulation out of them, especially considering they only really go about that far. So the most you're really going to get is kind of a "this town ain't big enough for the both of us" kind of Tory power stance type thing going on. So bring those back in, and yeah, this can flip up. Missiles here just flick fire. Excuse me one moment. Not flick fire, sorry, I got Lego on the brain. They're just your basic pressure boys. And key gimmick still works in this mode, because why wouldn't it? So yeah, Scattershot. He is a guy with an inordinate quantity of guns. You got like the 2 big missiles, the 9 smaller ones, the 10 surface to airs, and then what appears to be 4 barrels for something on each shoulder. But the articulation is adequate. You got in and out, forward and backward, ball joint in the elbow. It gets you about as much range as you're going to need, realistically speaking. You can hold on one of his missiles, maybe. Maybe he's already fired the other one. And yeah, given like how far back this whole chunk sits, kind of a sturdy boy. Good job to car engineers, or Hasbro engineers. Yeah, this guy's Galaxy Force, so I'm assuming to car engineers, because, I mean, yeah, Hasbro had like a bunch of extra Scout Class figures as part of this whole line, but as he was in the show, he wasn't one of them. I do want a couple of those molds, might take a look at them at some point. Anyway, fold this down, fold this up. And yeah, this has been 4/5 of this review. For Q then, Killer Queen. Not my favourite stand from Part 4, but you know, design-wise, pretty cool. I can dig it. Ability-wise, yeah, sure. I'm bored with it. Can I say my absolute favourite? He is probably Crazy Diamond. It's based on having the most interesting power. I mean, as terms of stand users, I am Okuyasu all the way, but that's neither here nor there. I just like his dynamic with JoJo. They are such. The first half of the season is basically two himbos adult a child. Anyway. Yeah, that about covers things. See you guys next week for more of whatever this is.